Oh, this is Mr. Hornsby 3. This is the Mr. Hornsby 3 show, and today I am going to be doing the review of Mortal Kombat 2. But before I do that, I gotta do fake sponsorships. Yeah. Gotta take a minute to sell out. But, yeah. That's what we do on YouTube. Anyway, so. First fake sponsor. This video is brought to you today by Coke Zero. Zero sugar. Coke Zero sugar. Tastes better than regular Coke. I mean, it really does, but yeah. Regular Coke sucks. Regular Coke sucks. And then we do one more fake sponsorship. And that is fake sponsorship. This video is sponsored by Planet Fitness. Yeah. And it's sponsored by McFarlane Toys, you know, with the Mortal Kombat figures. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, let's get into Mortal Kombat 2. I do want to talk about some problems I have with the movie at first, and then I'll freaking talk about everything else that's good about the movie. But the first thing I want to talk about with how, you know, first thing I want to talk about is I hate when they freaking do this with freaking video games and all that stuff. But they are sticking with, I mean, it's kind of like with the freaking Mario freaking movies. They're based in the freaking world of the current Mario game. Well, not in the world, but they're, you know, got the looks and that of the current Mario games. Not the classic looks. That's kind of my issue with Mortal Kombat. They're kind of like more of their modern looks. And Mortal Kombat 2, like, Katana looks like Katana from freaking Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11. Shao Kahn kind of looks like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 11. Shang Tsung definitely looks like the current look of frickin' Shang Tsung in the games, which, you know, it's got the old school look of these characters. What other thing? Yeah. And Quan Chi also has the look of the current Quan Chi. And I want to see Quan Chi's Mortal Kombat 4 look. Maybe we'll get that in Mortal Kombat 3, the movie. Because this movie was good outside those problems. Another problem I have with it, they sidelined a couple of characters again. Like, first off, they sidelined Quan Chi. He's only there to frickin' give powers to Shao Kahn for the amulet. I also don't like how Shao Kahn kind of, you know, sold for some characters in this movie. But, you know what? He still showed he was a threat, but still, you sold way too much for certain characters in this freaking movie. And I'll talk about those characters in a minute. Also, I don't like how Scorpion was not in much of the movie again. And not only that, it's also modern day Scorpion look. Modern day Sub-Zero look. I just don't like when they do the modern day looks in these freaking movies that are supposed to be based on the old stuff, not the newer stuff, but they still do the looks. I mean, it's kind of like how would you do video games where you merge part 1 and part 2 in the first movie, then you merge part 3 and part 4 in the freaking second movie, which is kind of what they freaking did with the 95 Mortal Kombat movie, which is the best Mortal Kombat movie still. And with Mortal Kombat Annihilation, they also did that as well. Because we also got Shinnok in the movie. Yeah. Yeah, no. Shao Kahn and Raiden's dad was Shinnok. They even referred to him as Shinnok at one point in the freaking movie. So, yeah. Or how, like, Street Fighter 2... or like Street Fighter the movie was based on Street Fighter 2 pretty much. When we got a better adaptation of that movie in anime form, but anyway. I still like the 94 Street Fighter movie with Van Damme in it. I like it, but you know, the better adaptation is the freaking anime that came out that same year, so. Anyway. What other problem do I have? I think that's pretty much it with the problems I got with the movie, because the rest of it, it's good. I love Johnny Cage in this movie. Kano once again was one of the highlights of the movie as well. Shao Kahn, oh man, Shao Kahn was a badass in this freaking movie. Oh yeah, that's another problem I could say. They had Shao Kahn fight way too much in this movie. He didn't feel like the final boss. He felt like just a soldier fighting, for someone else. Like, it seemed like, well, he's just fighting for Shang Tsung because Shang Tsung didn't even participate in the tournament. I would have liked to see Liu Kang beat Shang Tsung in the tournament for killing Kung Lao. They should have at least had frickin' Shang Tsung get beat by Liu Kang, which I'll talk about that when I get to the ending for Liu Kang later on in the movie. But I also like the fact they used Johnny Cage as kind of the washed up action hero. He wasn't like, young in that like he was in the original movie and like he was in the games and all that. He was older, he was washed up, he was doubting himself, he had, no faith in himself at all. Which is kind of proven when he fights Katana. He fights Katana in the first round. Oh yeah. One more problem I had was they killed frickin' Cinderella way too quickly. But anyway, that's the point. But, it was either her or Sonya. Either way, it wouldn't have mattered, I guess. But, anyway, I mean, I feel like, this is all spoilers, by the way. I mean, the movie's a month old now, so I'm sure everybody's seen it by now. But, I mean, Shao Kahn, I thought, fought way too much. He felt like the frickin' soldiers fighting. When shouldn't it be the other way around, where all these guys are fighting and then everybody has to build their way up to him? But apparently not. I also don't like the fact that Shao Kahn felt like he had to use the freaking amulet to cheat to keep from getting killed, and then we kind of find out why at the freaking beginning of the tournament, because one of the beginning matches takes a character from the last movie, gets a few good licks in on Shao Kahn, and Shao Kahn just obliterates him after that. But anyway, by the way, I'll talk about the Cole Young character in a minute. But I felt like he just fought way too much for freaking. He's supposed to be the final boss. He's supposed to be the guy you fight up to get to the beat. No, he just pretty much, he could have just handled the. Why's he even got an army? He could have handled the freaking all the freaking defenders of Earth or the champions of Earth by himself. Another thing I'm happy they got rid of was that stupid Arcana nonsense. That was so stupid. But he called it powers instead. Instead of calling it special abilities or something, which would have made more sense too. But hey, Arcana's gone. This powers is in. So yeah. But I think Shao Kahn fought way too much. He should have been saved for the final battle. But anyway. So, let's talk about the tournament fight. So, first fight was Katana against Johnny Cage. Katana beat Johnny Cage. Well, let's talk about how the movie starts. Because it starts out with Shao Kahn taking over freaking Edenia. He takes on King Jarrett. Katana sitting there watching, so is Sindel. And I can see why they had him stop for King Jarrett, because you can't make King Jarrett just look like a total punk at the beginning of the movie. So I can see why Shao Kahn kind of sold. Kind of did some selling for Jarrett, but he ends up beating Jarrett and killing him. And the way he killed him, he just stabs him through the frickin' stabs him with the back of the hammer. I don't know. But at least we did see him use the hammer to smash somebody's head in. So after that, we get the opening credits. We get Johnny Cage. He's talking. He's at a convention, a Comic-Con convention. And, nobody's going to his booth, but they're going to all these other freaking booths, like these YouTubers and all that stuff, and Jibber Jabber and all that. Or influencers, as they call them. Because we're influencers now on YouTube. Remember when YouTube was a platform where people could just go to place their own opinion about things and not have to be... Now it's all monetization and frickin' trying to win awards for frickin' how many subscribers you get and all that stuff. It's just crazy. Anyway. So, Johnny Cage and then, Raiden and all of them bring him, and they're trying to convince him to fight in the tournament, but Johnny Cage don't want to because he don't have no confidence in himself anymore. Plus, he don't buy the stuff anyway. He thinks they're lying and they're full of crap, which that's not the case because it was really real. And he finds out when he goes up against Katana, who does not kill him. And we find out why, because she was working with Earthrealm the whole time anyway, because, Raiden gave her her dad, Jarrett, gave her an amulet that said, if you ever need help, use this to call Lord Raiden or something like that. So, yeah. Kind of like, they swapped out, Cole Young, who was a character a lot of people were so happy with in the first movie. They're so happy with. They swapped him out with Katana and frickin' Johnny Cage. So yeah, if you didn't get it, I was being sarcastic about people being happy with Cole. People being thrilled with Cole Young. Anyway, so then later on, I think Jax shows mercy to Jade, and then I guess Jade goes and rats to Shao Kahn, and they pretty much find out that Katana's working with Earthrealm and all that stuff. And there's a point where she gets locked up. The whole plot point, though, was trying to get the friggin' Shinnok amulet out of Shao Kahn so they could beat him and kill him. There's a point where all the rest of them kill it. Oh, yeah. Let's get to the part that, is the most important part of the movie. When Cole Young, his first round fight is against Shao Kahn. That's what I'm talking about. Shao Kahn should not be fighting. He should be the final boss. But anyway, the Liu Kang and Kung Lao fight was pretty good, though. I will say that was a good fight. It's kind of sad how Liu Kang had to kill Kung Lao again. Because he couldn't reason with him because he was a Revenant. Which, that's another thing I hated with this, is they added the freaking Revenant into this freaking movie, and that's just stupid. That was a newer game thing. We didn't need it in these freaking movies that are supposed to be based on the older games. But, anyway. So, yeah, Shao Kahn kind of sells for Cole Young. And I don't think he should have had to sell for Cole Young. What should have happened is, he should have just bashed Cole Young down, smashed his damn head with the hammer, and then threw his ass in the acid pool. Because that's what happened. He got his head smashed. And, Cole Young almost killed Shao Kahn because Shao Kahn had the Quan Chi amulet, or the Shinnok amulet. He didn't die. Like, why did you need that against Cole Young? Scorpion or Liu Kang or something I could see. But frickin' Cole Young, come on now, that was ridiculous. Anyway. But yeah, Shao Kahn killed him, throws him in the acid pool. We also saw the pit, the bottom of the pit where Katana and frickin' Sindel fight. And boy, what a gruesome death for Sindel. Still kind of lame, though, that, she was one of the first people to die from the villain's end. But, you knew they weren't going to kill Katana. I didn't think they were going to kill Jade either. Although, I wouldn't have been shocked if Jade would have died. Like, she defected to the good side with Katana because they're like sisters and all that stuff. And she defected to the good side and Shao Kahn just got pissed off and killed her, or had Shang Tsung kill her or something like that. But, yeah, they didn't do that. But, anyway, the bits with Baraka and Johnny Cage is pretty funny because, like, Johnny Cage, they're trying to convince Baraka and the Tarkatans to freaking help him. And they don't want to help because they don't want to feel the wrath of Shao Kahn. But yet, Johnny Cage starts talking all this smack because Liu Kang was going to fight Baraka. And he's talking all this smack, saying, oh, you don't want to fight this guy because he's the chosen one and he's going to beat you and that's why you're scared. So Baraka says, okay, I'll fight, but I'm not fighting him, I'm fighting you. So Johnny Cage, he does his like little action movie style karate and all that stuff, and then he does like the nut shot on Baraka to beat Baraka. And Baraka says, alright, we'll help you. And throughout the movie, Baraka is a good guy. Also, they turn Kano back into a good guy in this movie as well. If Kano got brought back as a Revenant because they were trying to find the freaking medallion of Shinnok, all he would have had to do was reach in his pocket because he said, well, I just looked in my pocket, so all they would have had to do was check his pockets, and then they wouldn't even have to bring Kano back. But yeah, Kano plays a key role at the end because him and Johnny Cage go down to help Scorpions get the freaking Shinnok amulet from freaking Noob Saibot to and they destroy it. That's where Johnny Cage finally gets his green power thing. And and then they're able to beat Shao Kahn. But the person that beat Shao Kahn really shocked me and ended up being Katana. Because Liu Kang, I don't think he's dead, but it looked like he died, but he said this speech and then he floated up in the air into flames. So I don't think Liu Kang's dead. Looks like he's dead. He may be dead, but he didn't look like he was dead when he just floats up in the sky, turned into his fire dragon form. So I don't know. And he's like, well, I gotta go save Kung Lao. It's not my place to. It wasn't my turn. It wasn't my turn to kill you. I will say they did give Liu Kang a lot more to do in this movie than they did the first movie. This movie's light years better than the first movie. The first movie sucked, and I just recently watched all the Mortal Kombat movies leading into this Mortal Kombat 2 movie. And I still hate Abomination, and I still hate Mortal Kombat 2021. They both suck, or 2022, whenever the fucking movie came out. I still hate both of those movies, but I still love the 95 movie. And I love this new Mortal Kombat 2 movie because it's actually good. We don't see Shao Kahn take his helmet off 1,000 times so the actor can show his face. But then again, you did have a big name actor like Brian Thomas freaking playing Shao Kahn in Abomination. But you know what? It is what it is. Raiden, he didn't have much to do either. He was freaking useless pretty much like he was in the last movie. He's laying around half the frickin' time. The only thing he does get to do is blast Shang Tsung. Once he gets recovered from, because they had to use Raiden's powers to charge the amulet so that they could put it in Shao Kahn so he could just buzz through every Mortal Kombat combatant there was. One thing I will say though is, the thing that bothered me though, another thing that bothered me about this movie was the fact that, yeah, Katana was working with Outworld in the tournament, and all the Outworld champions had lost, but yet, so Shao Kahn should have been able to roll, but in an ass pull, they have, Katana's like, well, I switched sides, so then the star goes from the Outworld side of the star and goes to the Earth Realm side of the star. So that was kind of an ass pull move, I think, to keep from really, because really Shao Kahn won. He beat everybody. He killed Jax earlier in the movie. He killed Cole Young. He didn't even fight Cole Young. He didn't even fight Jax in the tournament. He fought Jax when they were all going to get the amulet so they could stop him. But, yeah, so he killed Jax as well. Jax got wiped out. Which is, apparently they're going to try to resurrect all the freaking champions that died, so I don't know. Maybe they'll go get new champions. But, I don't know. Yeah. I think that was an ass pull with the whole, because she said she's no longer allied with Outworld, she's allied with Earthrealm, so yeah, if she had said that earlier in the freaking movie, before the tournament seemed to be over, then I would have said, okay, yeah, that's not an ass pull, but they ass pulled it right at the very end. And she does beat Shao Kahn. She kills Shao Kahn, which sucks because Shao Kahn was like the best character in this freaking movie. He's just a beast. He looks like the Shao Kahn of old. That fucking Shao Kahn we all had trouble with beating in Mortal Kombat 2 and Mortal Kombat 3. Any version of Mortal Kombat 3, he was tough to beat. A little bit easier in Mortal Kombat 2 to beat, but God was he hard as hell to beat in the other freaking versions of Mortal Kombat 3. As well as Mortal Kombat 3, so, yeah. Yeah, Liu Kang's like, well, my destiny is to go save Kung Lao. Well, okay, well, you go do that. You know, I don't know, it's just crazy. Would have liked to see Liu Kang get the win, but they might build him up as the main character in the next movie, so who knows. But, now, overall, I think the movie's really good. Very good action, very good comedy. The fights were good. This is what us Mortal Kombat fans wanted from a Mortal Kombat movie. Unlike what the 2021 movie gave us, or 2022 movie, whatever that fucking movie came out. That movie fucking sucked. But anyway, Mortal Kombat Abomination wasn't no better either. So the two best movies, I think, from here on, I'm just going to watch Mortal Kombat 1 from 95, and then Mortal Kombat 2. The new Mortal Kombat 2, not freaking Abomination. Those are the two best Mortal Kombat. Maybe Mortal Kombat 3 will be good, but we'll have to wait and see. So overall, I give the movie, I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, they still had some problems with the movie, still had some flaws, and I really didn't like some of the things they did, like, you know, because Quan Chi is one of my favorite villains in Mortal Kombat, and he's really pretty much just sidelined. Now, I know mainly Quan Chi is a freaking, you know, mainly just a Chinook villain, but really, Quan Chi is not doing too much in this freaking movie. It was crazy. And we did not get Kitaro. Hopefully, with the next movie, they will put Kitaro in it. The Chinook should be able to get all those guys in his freaking, yeah, hopefully Chinook, yeah, hopefully Chinook gets Kitaro. We didn't see Motaro either, but so I guess we're only going to see him in the freaking Abomination movie. But you know, at least Motaro got in a movie, even Shiva got in a freaking movie. But, you know, we still ain't got Kitaro. The best Shokan out there? Come on now. Kitaro's the best Shokan. I don't give a crap what any of the you Goro freaking fans say. Kitaro's the best Shokan. Fuck Goro. Kitaro's the man. He's Big Johnson Kitaro. And I'll show that in a couple weeks when I do a Mortal Kombat trilogy playthrough on the Legacy Collection. And, you know, yeah. But, come on now. I freaking can't get Kitaro in the movies yet. Fuck Goro. Goro's been in 2 movies. We had Shiva. And we've had freaking Motaro. We've even had, like, newer characters like freaking Hit, or whatever her freaking name is, the vampire one with the wings, which, I think she's Hitara. Yeah, I think her name's Hitara. I think she's pretty good. But let's get Kitaro in there, man. Come on now. Kitaro needs to be in the Mortal Kombat movie. Hopefully he'll be in 3. He'll be Shinnok's main freaking, you know, main protection. You know, hopefully they don't do him like Goro. I mean, Goro got done dirty in the last movie, I feel like. I mean, in the freaking first movie, Goro looked like a freaking beast. Especially when he beat Arlene with his breath, when he's just like, oh, and then Art's like, oh, his breath. That's what really killed Arlene in the freaking movie. It wasn't freaking Goro beating the hell out of him. It was Goro's breath just breathing on him. He's like, ah. Arlene's like, oh. I mean, you see how wide his freaking eyes get once Goro freaking breathes on him. He's like, his eyes ain't get wide when Goro said time to die. His eyes got wide when Goro breathed on him. He's like, oh, that breath. What a stinking breath that freaking Goro had in the first movie. Anyway, Goro had some stinky breath in the first movie. That's what killed Art. That's how he beat all the other guys. He fucking breathed on him. He didn't even have to freaking punch him. He just... Yeah. Oh, you're killing me with the breath. Ah! Oh, boy. Anyway. Alright, so I'm done. Alright. Well, I mean, seriously, man. Fucking that breath of Goro. I mean, Look at our lead. He's like, his freaking eyes are glazed over and shit when freaking when Goro's holding him. Then when Goro just breathes on him, he's like, Goro got some stinky breath. Throw some freaking Mentos in his mouth or something. Hey, heck, that's all Johnny Cage had to do in freaking in the Mortal Kombat movie. That's why Johnny Cage beat him, because he didn't let Goro breathe on him. He just jumped down, nut punched him, and took off running, and then beat him up on top of the mountain. Now, all you had to do to beat Goro in the original movie was just throw fucking Mentos in his mouth, or give him fucking what is it, Winter Fresh bubble gum or some shit. Be like, here you go, Goro. you would beat Goro easily that way. But yeah, man, just give him a freaking breath. Or even give him a peppermint, be like, here, get that damn breath taken care of. I guess Shang Tsung is lucky that Goro had bad breath in the first movie. Or else, you know, Shang Tsung would have probably had to take on someone else. Outside of Johnny Cage or Liu Kang. But anyway, I don't know, maybe it's unfortunate because he had to fight Liu Kang because, you know, Johnny Cage beat Goro because he didn't let Goro breathe on him. So, anyway. Yeah. So, alright, anyway, that'll do it. I got more Mortal Kombat stuff coming up next week. I'm going to talk about how they could have, you know, how, you know, the ideal of, you know, Shinnok being kind of the Raiden for the villains. I'll have that video coming up. I'll talk about a couple other Mortal Kombat things throughout the month. But this Friday, I am going to be doing It's My Birthday, It's My Birthday toy and game hunt. When I go check Target, probably look for some Mortal Kombat figures. Look for that new freaking Monday Night Wars Hulk Hogan, because it should be hitting here soon. Heck, when I was there last Friday, they had a lot of new stuff. Yeah, but also, I don't know, maybe you know, I'll probably find something for my birthday that I really want. Maybe get it or not. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. Then we have a birthday party for my birthday Sunday, so I'm hoping it don't freaking rain. They say it's supposed to rain, but I think it's like supposed to rain later in the evening, so hopefully that's what happens. It rains later in the evening, and I can just have my birthday party. Play some basketball. As long as I don't nick up my figure. Well, heck, half the people I'll be playing against will be my family anyway, so yeah, I won't be freaking playing against these random teenage boys that my cousins are freaking challenging. And then when I get the chance to rip the ball from the boys, I'll rip the ball from them. But yeah. Anyway, anyway, maybe I'll pick up an X-Men figure from Comic the Games, because I'm going to start collecting X-Men figures. Especially with the fact that X-Men 97 coming back, Season 2, July 1st. Not to mention, they've already greenlit a Season 4. And Season 3 is supposed to come out next year, so yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The only place around here now that's got X-Men figures is frickin' Comic the Games. So, they ain't got no X-Men figures at this frickin' Target. I think they do in the Newport Target, but not the one here. Anyway, yeah. But I love the Mortal Kombat 2 movie. It's the second best movie in the Mortal Kombat franchise because Abomination and the 2021 movie really sucked. But anyway, that'll do it. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more. Follow my Facebook fan page, Mr. 103 Show. Follow my Facebook business page, Trajan Toys. I just posted up another NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure. It's the Punk Turtles. So I just posted that up a few days ago. I think I picked it up last Thursday. And, you know. Now if I can get Raph and frickin' and Donatello, I can, you know, sell them all. But that'll do it. Catch you guys later at Mortal Kombat! I'm also going to talk about how Mortal Kombat, if they were going to make a show on Mortal Kombat, they should have made it an anime show. I was going to do that last year, but I never got around to it. But I'm going to do it this year. But that's all. Peace out.